How does it feel to be through spring practice now?
It's good. It's good. I think we got better this spring, and sorry, I didn't mean to put my ring in the way. But we got better this spring, and we did a good job of keeping everybody healthy and things like that. So we're glad that it's over, but we can't get. We still got to get better during the summer.
I mean, is it like a relief, or are you sad that it's over?
Absolutely relief. But I mean, now we got a lot of academic stuff coming up, so it's time to just switch our mind focus and get ready to knock out these exams.
You guys had a lot of success in the regular season last year, and then the Clemson and Baylor games were tough on the defense. What do you guys think you learned from that moment and those games, and how does that stay with you during the offseason?
You just want to show up in those big games. You can't fall, when you get on a bigger stage like that. So I think that's just a learning experience for everybody. That everybody needs to show up in those big games when it's going to take everybody to win those games.
Did you guys you guys had such a good feeling going into those games. Did that put any kind of damper on the way you ended the season defensively when y'all went to the offseason, or did you still feel good about the totality?
Yeah, absolutely, because, anytime we lose, we always take it to heart, because if they don't score, they don't win. So if they outscore us, then it's most likely our fault. But we always just take that to heart, and that's just us being perfectionists or just having that mindset. So anytime we lose, that's always the situation.
You've had some bodies missing up front in the last couple of weeks in camp, but as a group, how do you think you guys have progressed based on what we're talking about here?
Well, we got a lot of young guys who stepped up and did their job and helped the team, because without those guys, we probably wouldn't have been able to practice. We got a lot of guys missing. So those young guys got a good chance to step up and show that they can play college football, and a lot of those guys did.
You kind of find yourself as an older guy now, too, suddenly.
Yeah,
in that
crazy.
situation. You find yourself doing a lot of teaching out there and kind of have to lead by example a lot?
Yeah, well, we don't lead by example here, but we have tried to pull guys along with us, because they need to be taught. And sometimes coming from a player is different coming from a coach. Sometimes they might listen to us more than the coaches, just because we're the ones out there doing it. So if they see us making a play with one, they ask us, how did you do that, or how did you see what that was coming? So we're all using each other to get better.
How have you as a veteran helped maintain a balance of bringing in new guys to fill those holes and also bringing in new plays, new parts of the defensive playbook? What's that been like for you?
I think it's just catching up the younger guys to what we were doing before, so that when we do install the complexity of our defense, then it's not confusing for everybody. So I think that's just the main part, just trying to get everybody on the same mindset and everybody on the same level, so that everybody knows what's going on.
Did you feel like the younger guys learned the catch-up material when they were then put into, new one or two roles to fill holes? Did they take a step back, or did they stay with their understanding when they got the
No, I think everybody absolutely stepped up and did their job, because that's just the mind frame that we have when they're installing this stuff. Somebody offensive must have came up. When we're installing this stuff, everybody's in. What else? Everybody's in there together. So it's not like they weren't there last year. We haven't had any new enrollees, so everybody was there last year, so they know the defense. So when we're installing the complexity, it's not really a big step for them.
What do we know about those defensive ends, the two new guys? I mean, they're not Malik Carney and Pat Way. They started. And what did they kind of show? What did you see out of them today, and what they could do in the future?
They definitely brought pressure off the edge, but we are missing those guys like DeJuan and Mikey, who are out with injuries right now. But those guys stepped up and they did what they had to do, and they helped us get through spring ball. Because, like I said, without them, we probably wouldn't have been prepared.
Are those guys you think can play some in the fall?
Yeah, I think some of them, if they keep progressing like they have during the spring, and get some competition going at the D end spot, then maybe they could get some playing time this year.
How's your game?
If you get those 5 guys back who are not here because of academics or injury, how solid can the team now be next August?
Ridiculous. It absolutely can be ridiculous, because we're basically having the same guys as last year. So with having the same guys and then everybody being a year older, that could just push us ahead and really be solid up front, because we don't have the linebackers that we have, so somebody has to pick up the slack. So now the defensive line and the corners are really the veteran guys now, so we have to step up. It's not fifth-year guys or seniors in the linebacker position.
Tyler got kind of a new lease on life after going through surgery and getting rid of that pain that he's had for 2 years.
Tyler is so smart. So he plays every position. So he's just been putting in that education part of it, the mental strain, because he hasn't been able to do anything physically. He knows the playbook for the defensive lineman at every single position, I don't. I just know D-tackle and knows, so he knows the power end, the quick end, and knows everything. So if I have a question or I don't know and he's beside me, I can ask him because he knows. So he's been putting in that mental strain to become better because he can't do anything physically, and he's been getting big in the weight room as well because he can't tackle or anything. So he's been with Coach Lou and Coach Blue getting bigger. So we can't wait for him to get back.
How has your game grown this spring?
This spring,
You personally, yeah.
the spring game I did not show up today.
Through the course of the spring, because you had a really strong stretch last year, something to build on. How have you
Yeah.
built on that?
I think my whole goal this spring was to get a better get off because I'm a little slow off the line, and I know that. So I've been trying to put that as a better part of my game. But
Have you made progress?
I have made progress. It's still not where I want it to be. It's still not as quick as the ones, but I'm still trying to get there. And I've made, like I said, I've made some progression, but I still got a lot of work to do. And I think that'll come in the summer, and we'll see it on September 3rd.
Who are the young guys